welcome to my channel. This is Dee Osburn and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today we are using the Retired Peony stamp set and some Blushing Bride cardstock to create this beautiful birthday card. I actually have a couple of versions of this, so stick around and I will show you the other ones. If you like this video as you go along, please like, share, and subscribe, and give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. I love to get comments, and I will comment back to everyone who comments to me. So let's get started. I'll show you exactly what I did to make this card, and I'll leave links down below in the description to everything that I used, everything that you would need. So we're going to start with the Prized Peony stamp set. It is a retired stamp set. You could use another flower, but we used the flower. I used the flower from that stamp set. That's this right here, and I stamped it off right there. I also used the Go-To Greetings Happy Birthday, and I think this card lends itself well to thinking of you or thank you. So, and just a note. So this would be a great greetings stamp set to use with this card. And I'm also going to, on another card, another version of this card, use the stamp What a Beautiful Difference One Single Life Makes. I love that sentiment, and I use it quite often, and especially with flowers. I don't know why, but I really like it paired with a flower. So those are the stamp sets that we're going to use today. We're also going to use the Peony die, and we are going to use the Scalloped Contours die for one of the sentiments, and this one came from Ornate Labels die set. So we're going to use those. We'll use this on another version of this card. For this one I used the Ornate Labels. Okay, I also used, stamped this, I stamped it off, and I used Blushing Bride, and then I used some blending pens. So let me make this for you. Let me show you exactly what I did. So you start with a piece of cardstock, Blushing Bride, cut it 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. You're going to cut a piece for the inside, and that is cut at 5 1/4 by 4, and we're going to glue that to the inside. Okay, this is where you're going to write your sentiment, your message to the person that you're sending the card to. And you can stamp on the inside as well, which I think is beautiful. When it's done, I think it makes a beautiful card. Then you're going to take another piece of white, cut at 5 1/4 by 4, and that's where we're going to stamp off the peony. Okay, so we're going to take it and we're going to ink it up with our Blushing Bride. And get that nicely inked up. Okay, and you're going to stamp off 3 times because you just want a shadow of the image. So you're going to stamp off 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to stamp onto the card with the stem kind of going off to the side. So we'll stamp it on there. All right, beautiful. Then you clean your stamp because we're going to use it again, and in just a minute to make the flower that goes on the front. So then I took, on this one, I just took a piece of retired designer series paper, something gray. I think gray goes really well with the Blushing Bride. So this card, let's see, we're going to, all right, well, I'll show you the other versions, but I guess we'll use the same piece that's cut, and it doesn't matter what kind you used. I used other papers on my other versions. I thought I had another different one cut, but I don't, so we'll use the same one. You could use this side, I believe this was from maybe Magnolia. I don't remember what this is from. It's fairly old. I like to try and use up my designer series paper because I love designer series paper, and I do buy a lot of it, and then I end up with tons of designer series paper, right? I'm sure that you are the same. A lot of us are like that, not everyone, but I love paper, and I just I see it and I want it, and so then I end up with a ton of it. So let's use it, right? Okay, then you're going to take a piece of sheer white ribbon, and I got this from Amazon because Stampin' Up! Doesn't have a sheer white ribbon like this. And we're just going to put it to the card about 1/3 of the way up. And I just like to use glue dots, and I just pick up a glue dot on that side, and I pick up a glue dot on this side, and we just fold it around and adhere it to the back. And once we do that, we can glue it to our card base. This is a very simple, very quick card, and it turns out beautiful and really does lend itself to all kinds of sentiments. It could be a thank you, a birthday. It's an all occasion, really. It's style card. So we're going to go ahead and glue this on there. Then we're going to take a piece of white cardstock, a piece of white cardstock, and we're going to ink up our peony again, this time with Memento. And we're going to ink that up and get it really nicely inked. Make sure it's all on there. And we're not going to stamp off this time. We're going to stamp that image on there. Let it soak in real nice, because we're going to color it and then cut it out. Okay, beautiful. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take some Stampin' blends, and I got dark granny apple green, and then I wanted Blushing Bride. I didn't have a Blushing Bride. They don't make a Blushing Bride. I can't remember if they used to, so if you have an old one, use it. I got a Copics marker that is very close to Blushing Bride. You could use a lighter pink Stampin' Up! One, but I really wanted something that was very, very close to Blushing Bride, and this one is, and this is an R20 blush. And this is a Copics marker, okay? And you can get these on Amazon, and I'll put a link down below so that you can, you know, if you want one that matches beautifully, you can go ahead and get one. So now we're just going to color, okay? And we're just going to color the flower with the blush colored Copic marker. And it doesn't take long, but we'll just color that. Okay. There's the blush with the Copic, and this is, like I said, it's Memento ink, and the reason that you use Memento is because if you were to use the Stays On, it would smear. Stays On is for watercolor, and these are alcohol-based markers, and so it would smear that, but it does not smear with the Memento. So now you're going to get your dark granny apple green, and you're going to color all the leaves. now let me go back and color that. I forgot to color that. So let's do that real quick. All right. Now we have our flower colored. Isn't that gorgeous? Incredibly beautiful flower. I love it. Then we're going to take our die cut and we're going to cut this out. All right, so I'm going to go and do that. You just line it up like this so that along the edges you don't see any more white, and then you cut it out. So I'm going to go and do that. All right, I have this cut out now, and we're ready to continue with building up our card. So we're going to turn this over and we're going to put some dimensionals on the back to pop this flower up. So let's get a few dimensionals on there so we can pop it up, and one more right there. Okay. I want to cut this one down just a little bit so that we don't see it. Cut that dimensional down just a little bit. Okay, we don't want to see it on the front side. Okay, let's peel the backs off of these. And we're going to slide it up under the ribbon ever so slightly, okay, and place it on there just like that, so the two flowers kind of overlap and it's on most of your gray piece. Then I took a piece of that white sheer ribbon. Okay, so we're going to take a piece of the white sheer ribbon and we're going to make a bow. And I'm going to use my bow maker. And if you don't know how to use the bow maker, I do have a video on my channel as to how to use it. And I will put a link down below for you if you don't have a bow maker, because the bow maker makes making a bow fabulous. So you start with your ribbon behind the two posts and you just intertwine them in between and behind. And I'm going to make a double bow, so I'm going to do that twice on each side. Then you have an X in the back, right? You have your two pieces of ribbon that cross over. This one's going to come up and around and back again to the back. You're going to cut it off. Okay, and then you're just going to tie a knot back here like you would your shoe, and there you have it. And then I like to pull these to the front so that my tails are like they're supposed to be. And then you just fluff it up and you have this gorgeous, beautiful bow. So like I said, I will leave a link to the bow maker down below. And I'll leave a link for the ribbon as well. So we're going to take this, we're going to take our glue dots, and we're going to put one on the back, one or two, depending on what you have. And you're just going to place it on there. Okay, and then we're going to trim our tails. I like to cut them at an angle, like that. Get that all the way off of there. Come here, you. Didn't want to cut. And then I'm going to cut this one at an angle going this way. Okay. And now I have my two tails. I'm ready for my sentiment tag. Okay. All right. Let's take a piece of white cardstock. And we're going to stamp, and I've actually already done it for you, so you just need a scrap. And I stamped Happy Birthday from the, what is it called? The Go-To Greetings. And we're going to put dimensionals on the back of it because we want to pop it up. And we'll take the backs off of those. And we'll place our sentiment down here. Okay, And then I'm going to put some pearls on here. So I just have my basic, you know, pearl basic jewels. And I'm going to use my pick tool. And I'm going to put a medium-sized pearl, if I can get it to grab. Doesn't want to grab. Let's see if we can get some new putty and make it grab. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to put a medium-sized one right there, and then I'm going to go with little ones. I'm going to put a little one right there, and another little one over here, and one more little one, I think right here. There we go. Oh, look how beautiful that is. Now we have one more thing to do. We have to glitter. So I'm going to take my 2A glue pen, which I will leave a link down below where you can get one of these. Stampin' Up! Used to sell them, but they don't anymore. So I'll leave a link. And you're just going to put glue on the black parts of this peony flower, or peony, however you say that. I don't really know. And then a little bit on the leaves and stems. Okay. And then we're going to take our glitter, and it's just fine glitter. You can get it anywhere. I get mine on Amazon, and I'll leave a link for that as well, in case you don't have any, but you can get it anywhere. And tap it off. I'm going to take my fun little makeup brush and brush off the extras. Okay, and there it is. Beautiful, beautiful card. I love the way this turned out. Now let me show you a few other ones that I did. So this is just like the one we started with. Okay, so I have 2 of those. Then I did just a note from the same sentiment set, but I used the Gingham Cottage designer series paper, and I thought that came out really nicely. I really like that. And then I did this, What a Beautiful Difference One Single Life Makes, and I did that with that scalloped contours die, and I used pink pearls, and I used Abigail Rose designer series paper on this one, and I like that one too. I thought those all came out wonderful. Then I did something a little bit different, and I love the way this one turned out. What I did here was I stamped, I took the stamp and I took a sponge dauber and I dabbed it with Blushing Bride on the flowers, and then I dabbed it with Garden Green on the leaves, and then I stamped it down. And I thought it came out gorgeous. Love it. And then I put those little pink pearls on there. And I just think that came out amazing as well. I'm just so pleased with all these. They came out so nice. Let me know which one you liked. Which one is your favorite? The retired gray paper, the Gingham Cottage, the Abigail Rose, or the single flower? Let me know which one you like. Leave me a comment. Let me know. I hope this has inspired you to pull out a flower stamp, something, if you have this one, or something different, whatever you have, and create some kind of beautiful little card. Gray and pink goes so nicely together with that little splash of green on there. I just love it. So I hope that you are inspired today to make something beautiful, and I do hope that you will come back and see me. Have a great rest of your day.